Hi, my name is Luke and I'm the Shoulder Guy, and welcome to another episode of Shoulder Guy TV. In this episode we're going to discuss shoulder pain facts. Now these are the facts out there. This is the data that we have regarding shoulder pain, and there's some interesting things that you need to note. The data is quite interesting to actually have a look at, so we'll have a look at it now. These are some of the things that we know about shoulder pain out there in the community. So I'll just go through them quickly. Now, shoulder pain is the third most common disorder out there. Right behind neck and back pain, shoulder pain comes in a nice third. Rightio? So we're not doing too badly. So shoulder pain accounts for 1 to 2% of all GP visits annually, okay, throughout the population. So if you look at that, it's not a bad little trickle of people coming through with shoulder pain. Now, diagnosis is very interesting too, and this is something that we'll discuss as we go down. But around about 30% of all the shoulder diagnoses that they see, within this actual study, they looked at about 35,000 people that came through the practice, and about 30% of the diagnoses were related to rotator cuff tendonitis and shoulder pain associated with rotator cuff tendonitis. So what other diagnoses were made would be very interesting to see in that study. Now, the big things that we need to probably take note of here, and both for physiotherapists, personal trainers, exercise physiologists, and also you at home, you need to know that there's a high morbidity rate here. 50% of people are still suffering symptoms at 3 years. Okay, so that's a big whop of people. We're not doing well here in terms of either getting the diagnosis right or getting the treatment right here. So there's a huge amount of people still out there suffering shoulder pain well after the fact that once they just started getting it. So 3 years down the track's a long time. Another study looked at pretty much how quickly people got over their shoulder pain, and again looking at morbidity. This study showed that 50% of people got over it roughly in about 6 months, is what I sort of tend to see anyway in clinical practice, that about 6 months' time people tend to get on top of their shoulder pain and things get better. But 40% were still disabled to some degree in this study, both at work and in their leisure activities, at 12 months. So it's a problem that can be ongoing. And I relate it back to, well, are we getting the diagnosis right? And are we treating it right? The last little fact here, that 65 years or over, the main predominant musculoskeletal problem is going to be shoulder pain. Now that potentially could be because of deloading, detraining. We're slowly but surely reaching the age where we die, and potentially our output, the physiological loading, the natural activity levels that we have relative to our age start to drop off. So that could have some effect on the intrinsic nature of the actual rotator cuff tissues. But if you've had a long life of overhead use, overhead sport, and then couple that with a deloading type situation when you're getting older, then potentially that's why we have these effects. So these are the facts. These are the facts out there. And the big things that we want to note that I really pick up in these facts is, okay, well, what's the diagnosis? Why are we getting such a high morbidity rate? So we've got to do better clinically in terms of identifying what the problem is, and then also how we approach fixing that problem. And that's what I think I do well in my practice, and also what we try to do through our online programs here at theshoulderguy.com. Okay, I hope you found that interesting. I look forward to seeing you again soon in another episode of Shoulder Guy TV. Bye for now.